I'm actually convinced that we have a very serious jobs problem coming up. And I'm convinced that we're going to have a lot of empty jobs without people in them. All of the major economies, the developed economies, are flat or shrinking in population unless they welcome immigration, something which seems to be out of favor in America at the moment. But these economies need to grow, and the only way we know of to do that is to use tools and automation techniques.
What jobs will become obsolete, and then what are the jobs that we don't even know about that will be there and there will be opportunities for people?
Well, I take a strong view that very few of the jobs that we do today will go away. The evidence is that we're not automating jobs, but rather tasks. And the tasks that we are automating are the ones that require the least amount of human judgment and creativity.
But there is retraining that needs to happen. Where does that responsibility lie?
My own view is that corporations are going to have to do more and more of this. And the reason is that the government systems are very slow moving here. Their effectiveness has been limited.
But what could the current administration do?
Well, the current administration is largely not at the table on these matters. They have not appointed the science advisor to work on these issues. And the current administration is well documented as trying to reduce funding in basic science, education, national institutes of health, and so forth. So the current administration's policies are going in the wrong direction, and I'm not sure how to fix that.
If you were talking to Trump right now, you want to give him a really quick, here's what you could do?
Well, let's start by deciding that science matters, that climate change is real, right? I don't need to talk about this audience. Why don't we try to run things based on facts rather than theories, right? We know a lot of things now. We also understand how to change them. But I would tell you the most important thing that any administration can do is to focus on the support of basic research.
There's increasingly a lot of pressure on tech companies. Some people are even calling for regulation. When you look at Facebook and Google, people worry that these companies could even be becoming a monopoly. So what is your response to that criticism?
Well, I think in general, the information industries, of which we are an example, are impactful enough that we should expect to have a lot of pressure. We should expect regulatory pressures, those kinds of things. When people start saying specific regulations, I say, well, okay, would you rather have us make this decision or the government make this decision? So in Google's case, we do ranking. Now, if you'd like the government to write a law to tell us how to do that, start writing that law. It's a very difficult law to write. So I think a more realistic goal is to protect the things that we care a lot about, things like privacy, access, and so forth, and then either regulate those, many of those jobs or laws are already on the books, or have conversations with the companies.